Greetings, Oak Crest Village TV viewers. Welcome to our own trivia quiz show, Mind Over Memory. We have two divisions, the Einstein division and the Newton division. Each division has 4 teams, making 8 teams in all. A game is made up of 2 teams of 3 residents each, competing within their own division. Today's game is the 6th game of the season. At the end of the season, the team in each division with the most wins will play in the final championship game. Each game will be made up of 48 questions. 12 seconds will be allowed to answer each question. A team captain may request that a question be repeated, but the 12-second clock will still be running. The captain is the only one allowed to give the answer for the team. When a correct answer is given, a team is awarded 20 points. If the team answers all 3 questions in a set of 3, they will be awarded a 10-point bonus. If a question is answered incorrectly, the opposing team will have a chance to answer the same question, and those that answer incorrectly will have 10 points deducted from their score. If the opposing team or the first team answering chooses not to answer the question, no points will be deducted from the team's score. After the first 12 questions, we will take a brief commercial. Then the next set of 24 will have a break following that, and the show will end with the last 12 questions. The scores will be shown at the bottom of the screen and also announced several times during the show. Our teams today represent the Newton division, and they are the Oak Crest Rovers and the Oak Crest Oracles. On my right are the Oak Crest Rovers. Sitting next to me is Marcy Schneider. In the middle is their captain, Eunice Shanks. And on the end is Gerard Weinhold. On my left are the Oak Crest Oracles. Sitting next to me is Jim Wetzel. In the middle is their captain, Charlie Connolly. And on the end is Ned Prenat. My name is Ina Johnson, and I will be your moderator today. Our judge for today is David Cuneo. He will be consulted in case there's a discrepancy in any of the answers, and the judge's decision is final. Now on with the show. After the toss of the coin, it was determined that the Rovers would go first. Rovers, here is your first set of 3 questions. In the classic television show MASH, that's M-A-S-H, what does the M stand for?
Mobile.
Mobile. And MASH is the Mobile Army Surgical Hospital, MASH. Your second question. What is a 6-letter word that can mean either to shake with emotion or the case in which an archer carries arrows?
Quiver.
Quiver is correct. And your third in the set. Germany was divided into 4 zones of occupation during what Allied conference held in February 1945?
Yalta.
Yalta is correct. And your first 3 questions of the set were answered correctly, so you also get not only your 20 points, but you get a 10-point bonus, giving your score 70 points. Oracles. Here's your first set of 3. Anastasia and Drusilla are the stepsisters of what fairy tale character?
Cinderella.
Cinderella is correct. What domicile appeared on the reverse of the nickel from 1938 to 2004?
Monticello.
Monticello is correct. And the last question in this set. What U.S. president said in a Playboy magazine interview, quote, "I have looked upon a lot of women with lust," end quote?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter is correct. And you have just answered all 3 of your questions correctly and get a 10-point bonus. So our very first score is 70-70, and it's a tie. This is going to be an exciting game. Back to the Rovers. In what card game is the Queen of Spades worth 13 points if you get it?
Pass.
Pass.
Hearts.
Hearts is correct. Your second question. What wild canine found in America's prairies is also called the prairie wolf?
Coyote.
Coyote is correct. And the last in this set. From a 19th century British painting entitled His Master's Voice, RCA Records in 1899 took what dog to become their corporate symbol?
I can see him in my mind, but it's not wearing a name tag.
Seeing in your mind doesn't count. Okay, let's see if the Oracles knows the name.
Nipper.
Nipper is correct. Oh, and we used to see Nipper as we came into Baltimore from down on the south side.
Moved back to Virginia.
Okay, Oracles. In the year 455 AD, what barbaric peoples, whose name is synonymous with pillage and destruction, sacked the city of Rome?
The Vandals.
That's correct, Vandals. Your second question. What famous tourist attraction can you find at Lake Havasu City? That's Lake Havasu City in Arizona.
London Bridge.
London Bridge.
Yes.
London Bridge is correct. And your last question. What English explorer is credited with being the first to sight a strait now called the Golden Gate?
Sir Francis Drake.
Francis Drake is correct. And we have just completed 12 questions, with our scores being the Rovers 90 and the Oracles 180. And it's time for our first commercial break. Please watch, but come right back because we'll still be here.
Let's test your trivia skills. What New York Yankees manager did owner George Steinbrenner fire 4 separate times? Is it A, Billy Martin, B, Bob Lemon, or C, Yogi Berra? We'll have the answer right after this break. Before the break, we asked you, what New York Yankees manager did owner George Steinbrenner fire 4 separate times? Is it A, Billy Martin, B. Bob Lemon, or C. Yogi Berra? The answer is A. Billy Martin.
Welcome back, TV viewers. And let me remind you that our score, the Oak Crest Rovers, 90, and the Oak Crest Oracles, 180. We are beginning again with the Rovers. Originating in West Virginia, what river flows 287 miles in an easterly direction into the Chesapeake Bay?
Potomac. Potomac.
The Potomac River is correct. Your second question. Montana's state motto is Oro y Plata, which refers to what two minerals found in the state?
Gold and silver.
Gold and silver is correct. And the last in this set, two of France's 95 political departments lie on what Mediterranean island?
Any idea? Corsica?
Corsica is correct. And again, you have answered all three correctly, so another bonus 10 points. Oracles. During Andrew Jackson's presidency, the National Republican Party united with other groups to become what new political party?
The Whigs.
The Whigs is correct. What name is given to the study of caves?
Paleontologists. G.
I'm sorry, Judge.
Wrong.
That's wrong? Okay.
Speleology.
Rovers, what do you say?
Speleology.
Speleology. That was what I had down here. That's correct. Okay, you have one more question in this set. New Mexico's official state question is red or green, referring to what state vegetable?
How about peppers? Peppers.
Peppers is correct. Rovers. What is the most common first letter in the names of the 50 U.S. states?
M.
M or N. Each are found at the beginning of 8 states. So we have 8 states each beginning with M or N. That is correct. Second question. What is the subject of Gregor Mendel's experiments which proved the theory of inherited traits?
Genetics.
No, that is not correct. Oracles.
Subject was peas.
The subject was indeed peas. That is correct.
Yeah.
You have to listen to the whole question. Sometimes words are hidden in here. This is the last in this set. What 1770s song, known to almost every American, is the state song of Connecticut?
Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle is correct. Oracles. What are the 2 most expensive properties on a Monopoly game board?
Park Place and Boardwalk.
Boardwalk, Park Place, that is correct. Those are the 2. Second question. The lowercase initials at the foot of a business letter are those of what person?
Secretary.
The secretary who typed it.
That is correct, the secretary. And the last in this set, The famous 1945 photo of the raising of the flag at Iwo Jima was taken on what mountain?
Suribachi.
Mount Suribachi is correct.
Yeah.
And you have again answered all three of the set, which gives you a 10-point bonus. And the Rovers have 210 and the Oracles 300. Let's continue on with this close game. We go back to the Rovers and your set of three. What mountain range is located about 100 miles north of the city of Barcelona?
Pyrenees.
Pyrenees is correct. Second question. What English explorer was killed in Hawaii in 1779 on his third voyage of exploration to the Pacific?
Captain Cook.
James Cook, that is correct. And your third question. In the Peanuts comic strip, what is the name of the animal who is Snoopy's best friend?
Hmm. I don't know. Sure.
Your time is up.
The little,
Oracles?
little bird. What's his name? The bird. What's the bird's
There's a
name?
bird.
Don't know. Yeah. We'll pass.
You'll pass. I heard you whispering bird, and that part was correct, but the answer I wanted was his name.
I didn't know his
which
name.
is Woodstock.
Oh,
that's right.
Woods. Now, of course, everybody remembers
None of us
Woodstock.
lost on that one, yeah.
Okay. Okay, Oracles, back to you. In Coventry, England, you can catch people peeping at an equestrian statue of what woman?
Lady Godiva.
Lady Godiva. Second question. If a surfboarder is, quote, hanging 10, it means he or she is riding at the front of the board with what off of it?
Oh, man.
His toes.
Toes. The 10 toes are hanging 10. That's
Unless you're
correct.
standing on your hands.
And the last question in this set. The Dr. Pepper Museum, the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame, and Baylor University are all found in what four-letter Texas city?
Waco.
Waco is
Waco.
correct. Waco, Texas. And you answered all three correctly, so you get a 10-point bonus. And the score right now, Rovers 250 and the Oracles 370. And we are back to the Rovers. Rovers. What bird lays the largest egg?
Emu.
No, that's not the answer I have.
You think that? The ostrich.
The ostrich is the correct answer
wrote
that I
that one
wanted.
first.
Okay, second question. What television cartoon character had the maiden name of Betty Jean McBrick?
Pass.
You pass?
Pass.
Okay. It was in the Flintstones, and her name,
Wilma.
Betty Rubble.
Oh.
Betty Rubble was originally Betty Jean McBrick. Okay. Third,
That was close.
the names were so cute. Okay, last question here. If you lived in London, you'd be a Londoner. What world city would you live in if you were called a karaoke?
Caracas.
No, that's not correct.
We'll pass.
You'll pass. I wouldn't have known this either. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil,
Okay.
where they speak Portuguese. Okay. Oracles. Between 1966 and 1972, what popular brand used the slogan, quote, "Tastes good like a cigarette should," end quote?
Winston.
Winston.
Winston is correct. Second question. What author, who is most remembered for writing another series of books about a spy, wrote the children's story Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
No, I don't know that.
We'll pass on that.
Pass?
Do you know it?
Rovers?
Pass.
You also pass? I think I would have passed too. I did not know this one. The author was Ian Fleming. And you remember him for James Bond. But he also wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And now it's time to... Oh, I'm missing your third question here. I had my finger over it. Okay. What popular Christmas ballad beseeches us to, quote, "hang a shining star upon the highest bough," end quote?
Have yourself a merry little.
Have yourself a merry, merry Christmas. Have yourself a merry, merry.
That's not quite right. So we will
okay.
go and see if the Rovers can get it right.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Merry.
That was
Okay.
what it was. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Now I think it's time for another break. We will have a commercial and we will be right back. Welcome back, TV viewers. And let me remind you that our score, the Oak Crest Rovers 250 and the Oak Crest Oracles 400. We're getting down to the end of this game. First set goes to the Rovers. The koala only dines on the leaves and buds of what type of trees?
Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus is correct. In ancient myth, Aphrodite caused what youth of exceptional beauty to fall in love with his own reflection in a pool of water?
Narcissus.
Narcissus is correct. And the last in this set. In colonial America, lawbreakers were often punished by what 7-letter device that locked the head and arms between two wooden boards?
Pillory. Stalks. What? That's not 7 letters. Pillory?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was correct.
Stocks was only 6 letters.
In case you didn't hear, pillory. And I also count 8 letters. You're right.
It's only 7.
You answered all 3 questions correct and get a 10-point bonus award. Okay, oracles. What was the nationality of Agatha Christie's fictional detective Hercule Poirot?
Belgian.
Belgian is correct. Second question. What was 1920s cowboy star Tom Mix's Wonder Horse name?
Tony.
Tony.
Tony. Tony the Wonder Horse. And the last question in this set. What, and this is in quotes, dry, end quote, what dry political party is the granddaddy of all third parties, having fielded a candidate for president in every election since its formation in 1869?
The Temperance Party.
No, that's not
Wrong.
correct.
Whig.
No, that also is incorrect. You were on the right track there. The Prohibition Party. In the, and here's a little note I have on here. In the 2008 election, it received 643 votes. That goes back to 1869. That's
I didn't
amazing.
vote for him.
Okay, we're getting down to the end here. This is your last set of 3 questions to the Rovers. What term for a single point in a graphic image in a computer is short for, quote, picture element, end quote?
Pixel.
Pixel is correct. Second question. By what other name is the American painter Anna Mary Robertson better known?
Grandma Moses.
Grandma Moses is correct. And your last question. What book of the Bible discusses the 10 disasters inflicted upon Egypt by God?
Exodus.
Exodus is correct. And this was your last set of 3, which you answered all questions correctly and get 10 points as your bonus. And here go the last 3 questions of the game, and they go here to the oracles. What is the national sport of Japan?
Sumo wrestling, I think. Sumo.
Sumo wrestling.
Sumo wrestling is correct. Your second question. What character in Alice in Wonderland is heard constantly saying, "Off with her head"?
The Red Queen. It's not the Red Queen?
The judge just said, which one?
The Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts, you got it in before the bell rang. Queen of Hearts is correct. Last question. During the Civil War, one of the Confederacy's largest prisoner of war camps was what notorious Georgia prison?
Andersonville.
Yeah.
Andersonville is the correct answer, and you also get 10-point bonus
we
for
made
answering
500.
all 3
Good.
correctly. And our final score, the Oak Crest Rovers, 380, the Oak Crest Oracles, 500. And that is today's game. This is getting very exciting as we wind down for the finals of the championship game. Be sure and watch every Thursday. We're on at 11:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the afternoon, and 10:30 in the evening. So I'll see you again on next Thursday. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.